you rather not believe my words, which I'm not sure I would do. Here's a little bit to read and ask. So that's basically a little bit about how to think for a concept.
Are we playing?
Mm-hmm.
Are we playing teenagers, or are we?
You don't. Okay, think of it this way. Protagonists in the series, as far as I know, means you are on screen for each and every time it airs.
You're there to some extent. You're going to be there.
So
Your
you
name
don't
is in
have
the
to be a
credits.
teenager. You can also say, I am the teacher of this whole gang. Then I would have to make up teenagers that behave in a way that you can interact with them, or you are a parent, or you are, I don't know.
The idea is, since we know teenagers are part of the picture, therefore you might make a character who is not a teen, but you have a connection that is, right? Or a nemesis who is, for all we know, right? Do you see what I mean? So therefore, however, from the standpoint of the series, when those three names come up first, before anyone else's, those are us.
Yeah. So no, I don't force you to play a teenager. I am certain I can come up with something if you don't want to.
Right. But they're in the picture, connected
I
with
mean,
whoever
if all of you
right?
come up with adults,
not going to happen.
I still don't have a problem. I don't think so.
Right. But I've already written something, so.
Good.
Right.
Just wanted to make clear you really
Could
don't
you
have to.
repeat what you wrote down about the series?
Place, Northern Sweden, rural, fantasy, mythic setting. Period, modern. What about right now? And that may change a tiny little bit. Teenagers adapting to forced change from the outside. I don't know a word for it. In the city, I would talk about gentrification of a quarter.
It's pretty close to it.
And the feel is the same, but I don't know a word for it when you are talking about rural.
I hate to say this word. It makes me sick. But this is what they would say in English. Renewal.
Yeah. Good.
Exactly. Oh.
Good.
This is actually now that
Okay,
it's actually
now
set here-
everybody has connected.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh. I feel
You want a
filthy.
break?
Okay, ready.
I just need a surname, which would be actually. We're allowed to make up the characters that we have connections to.
Yes, yes, you are absolutely. I will play them, but you make them up. And I think, given what I experienced during play, I would like to say, whenever you feel anybody around the table is mistreating your connection, say it out loud immediately.
I just need an edge or a connection. I've got two. Got one edge and one connection.
When you have some base and want to wait and hear other people's ideas, you can stop there. We can do a little bit of brainstorming. I'm not going to come up with a pilot tonight, so...
No, we perfectly understand we should not do that. Is it okay if you decide upon your personal set?
Yes.
And the concept was...
Hmm?
The concept for the character, what was that?
Oh, that's just sort of the basic
Just a
summary statement.
general
I mean,
idea who
if
you
you
are.
were to say the logic obsessed science officer or something like that, or the corrupt cop. Yeah, the corrupt cop. It's basically an orienting statement. Thinking especially in terms of this setting. What is it? Who is that person in this setting?
So basically, if you make a teenager and you think about what kind of person are there in their friends. So what's your definition of golden girl?
It's like the it girl, the one that the one that keeps tabs on everything, the one who's
knows what's in and out and who's in and out.
exactly.
Like knows what and decides who. I assume.
And her grandfather is a local politician. Has been in power the last 40 years in various positions.
What sort of stuff could we write on their edges?
How do I put this? If you think in role-playing terms and think of a bundle of attributes, like the mother example, or if you think what's typical for something. If you're a bodybuilder, what kind of attributes would that include? It's something that you can use to make things your way, basically in play. Then, to decide conflicts in play, we are going to draw cards, and if you can use one of your traits, then you get an extra card.
Okay.
So if the attribute is, or the edge would be something that gives you a little bit more flexibility than if I say you're good at climbing. If you're a climber, you're not only good at climbing.
No, you're an athlete, perhaps.
You're kind of, yeah. So if you think like that, does that help?
The problem with issues for teenage characters,
They have a lot.
A, they have a lot, and B, they're kind of like, the small box of Crayola crayons, right? So I have to think about, do I want to go with a nice solid teen issue, or do I say that there's some other kind of thing that's particular about this one that isn't a standard 8 crayon Crayola
Would
selection?
it help you if we kind of, I mean, teenager is a pretty wide range. Age, develop, not necessarily age-wise, but developmental-wise. So would it help if we kind of try together to make that range smaller?
No.
Good.
I'm
Then we
perfectly okay with coping with it. I am merely expressing my struggle.
Too much to choose from?
A little bit. It's more like what sort of thing to choose. Which way do I want to go with?
You may want to
character.
wait and see what the
We'll see.
others have and pick something
We'll
that's
see.
contrasts that or fits that.
We will see.
That's fine.
I'm starting to talking through it is already kind of
Good.
sifting. So, but I'm getting to the point where I'm able to write things down here,
Nice.
so that's good. Maybe we should get started now that we are all
Aye.
more than
Start talking.
50%.
Maybe Emil gets inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, so this character is very out of place, very urban, southern Sweden, even more, perhaps even more Sweden/German/Denmark. Kind of from that conflict, that confluence of cultures, is here because their mother is a developer who has literally moved to the town to be on site for the transformations, and so he's dragged along for whatever reason, even though he's kind of old. He's 19, so for whatever reason, he's along in this move. Definitely not happy to be here. Thinks the place is full of basically barbarians. And the Wi-Fi's all messed up. It's terrible. Yet he has been possessed by ancient, dark, forgotten power. And the issue could be, and I don't really need votes on this, but just to show you that belonging is almost too. It's kind of like, hi, I'm made up a drug addict, and his issue is addiction. You know what I mean? It's too much the same as the concept. So I'm kind of thinking around that, and of course, I could say maturation, but isn't that generic for all the teenage characters? So I'm kind of working, as you can see, into the more specific and less automatic. That's what I'm not really struggling with it, but I'm kind of moving slowly into the right word.
Maybe working in something about, on one hand, wanting to get out of here again as fast as possible. Probably on the other, being deeper into what here is than people who have lived here for all their lives.
That's the belonging idea. So, the idea he's already got that, right? That's the concept. I need to know what sort of I need to get belonging is not what you're saying is correct.
Yeah, but
it's more like characterization less than actual issue. The issue, well, let's see here. Got it.
See, there it is.
More personal and emotional, less abstract.
Nice.
Affection. To give it or not. To receive it or not. Right? That's the real issue for the guy.
All right. So I'm playing Isabella Erling, who is the local golden girl. She is. She gets invited to all the parties she hosts. Most of them, people will go for hours to come to her parties. She's probably like third year in the gymnasium.
Emil?
Give me a. Yeah, just trying to formulate everything.
Yeah, definitely not interfering.
If you want to do it like Ron did his issue, speak it out loud. Or try to talk about what you're thinking about and then see if it triggers.
Yeah, because I'm kind of the same issue as Ron here.
But that's fine.
It's not too bad.
Like the issue, like
right.
It's fitting in, like not belonging, but like because I'm playing Rune Drakbär. Roughly translate to Rune Dragonberries.
Yeah. Drakbär. Awesome. And okay, so tell us a little more about them. Do you have other things or?
Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out whether the last thing should be a connection or an edge or like
Sure. What do you have already for those?
the concept is this is a troublemaker, and not just like your everyday teen trying to be a troublemaker, like
A real one. Yeah. Okay.
the troublemaker.
How many episodes do you think we are in for? Because I wouldn't 5,
5 + 1, I'd say.
and we have, if I'm remembering correctly, 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 3.
Exactly.
Okay. So then we distribute them as we see fit. Okay.
So about 1, 2 2s, and a 3. That doesn't say anything.
Wait, what?
So 3 basically, you are how to put this? You are for your own character deciding how their story arc develops through the season. A 1 means you are kind of in the background for this airing. A 2 means you're a little bit more of a supportive character, so you have a little bit more screen time. And the 3 means this is you. This is about you. This is your spotlight. Things are going to happen.
For 2, you could, for screen presence 1, we just are kind of reminded your character is there. You might say things that remind us of what you like or what you've done.
You're
For
around
2,
the background. For
yeah.
2, you can be pretty active.
Yeah, and you might be supporting someone else's big issue in some way, supporting in the most general concept. Or it might have a little development of your issue. It might develop your issue. We'll see what it is, but it's not going to resolve. Whereas 3,
Something should have
that's the
happened for your
crest
issue.
for you this season. So,
And we had 2
2 1s,
Right.
2 2s, and a
One.
3. The pilot is a 2 for everybody. It's
Right.
just us feeling out. Do we like this place?
yeah, and also, for example, we get an idea of what your issue seems to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I grasped it or if
Right.
I'm completely off the rails, and then we'll correct it.
A little revision after the pilot is totally allowed.
We'll make time for that, most certainly.
So anyway, so you distribute those numbers in any order you want, and then we look at our distribution collectively, and we have an interesting confluence there.
And then I finally start sweating.
Right. Right.
Everybody feeling ready about the screen presence?
Cool.
Give me your numbers.
Okay. My screen presence in episode 1 is 2.
-1.
1.
Episode 2?
1.
1.
1.
Perfectly okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like, oh, okay.
No, there's good things about that. It means the problems and issues are external. Episode 3, 2.
2.
3.
Thank you. 4?
3.
2.
2.
And then episode 5, 1.
3.
2.
Boom. Nice.
Yeah.
It's just episode 2 that's like...
No, this is nice. This is nice.
That's really
Yeah.
nice. I
That's
like
a
that.
beautiful
I think I like
sequence,
this really.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm so happy I didn't change the numbers I was thinking about.
No, they are a beautiful little sequence.
I like them.
Okay, yeah.
There's no 3, like double 3s, right?
No. It's almost like
This is
somebody
nice.
made that shit up, you know?
Yeah.
So
Like kind of midway through, it's like 1 1 1.
yeah. That's nice. You slow, to settle back.
And then, like-
wait for it. Yeah.
Oh, but this is actually this actually works really well like a TV pilot because you have like the mean girl, and she's introduced, and then you have like the weird troublemaker. So you have the character that the audience really relates to.
Right in the beginning part, solid 2, and then then he goes through his thing. Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is really nice.
Yeah.